it can be a little controversial and you can cut it later. But I have seen there's a very good example. औरत ही औरत की दुश्मन होती है. I'll say why I'm saying this. मारना मत. So there were two movies that released. There was Barfi.
So, welcome to 2XTalks in association with 2XTopia. 2XTalks is a live podcast where we talk about anything that interests our mind, and 2XTopia is a woman-only space where you can make friends, you can talk about anything that you feel like, and you can hang out in real life. Okay, so before I start, for the people who have joined for the first time, let me tell you this, that this is a live podcast. So at any point you feel like talking, you can raise your hands, you can turn on your mic and your camera, and then you can start talking. Okay, so today's topic is the flower pot problem of Indian cinema when female characters do not have a personality. So there are two things here at play: the flower pot and the Indian cinema. So what does flower pot mean in context of movies? And so basically, flower pot is something that's just there to look good. So when we say a woman has a flower pot role, it means if you remove that flower pot, nothing changes in the story. It's just there to look good. That's it. So why is that? Why does that happen? We'll be talking about that, and we'll majorly talk about Indian cinema, which means we are not just going to limit ourselves to Bollywood movies. Although our knowledge might be limited to Bollywood, so obviously we might talk more about Bollywood, but it's open for all kind of movies. More people are joining. Okay. So women account for 50% of the world population, and yet when it comes to anything in the world, we are not considered as default gender. Why is that? And it's said that life imitates art. Maybe that could be a reason why even in real life we are not given as much importance, we are not thought of as person, and that reflects in our cinemas. Often movies are male-centered, and when we have male-centered movies, they are considered to be for all of us. They're catered for the world to see. It's never said that a male-centered movie is only for a man to see. However, if you see a female-centric movie, they are only for women. Men would not even watch it. Why is that? Why can't men relate with female-centric movies, whereas for centuries we've been watching normal movies, and we relate, us women, we relate with anything. Like if I watch a superhero movie, if I watch Batman, of course I am not a vigilante who's fighting crime at night. I am not a businessman by the day, but I'll still watch a Batman movie. I'll enjoy it. I never say I can't relate with this. Then why is that men watch something, when a female is the main character of it, they're like, oh, I can't relate with it, I don't want to watch. Why is that? So Somali, I'll
Yeah.
give it to you.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. First of all, this topic itself, screams about the kind of poorly written women in Indian cinema, mostly in Indian cinema. Let's not go for the Hollywood movies
Yeah.
for this discussion. But just like you said, like when a movie is made based upon a male-dominated story, like how he was raised, what troubles he has to go through due to heartbreaks, he turned into a cheater, and blah blah blah, and those are normalized and so much glorified in the movie, throughout the movie. Like, he had a heartbreak, it's fine, he can cheat to recover from the heartbreak. But if the same plot is reversed with the genders, like the female has a heartbreak and she, to recover from the heartbreak, cheats, or tries to have fun or something like that, exactly the same storyline which was written for a man, she will be labeled with words which we don't want to even utter right now,
Absolutely.
right? And I don't understand, why are we normalizing this thing? Because when we talk about movies, when we talk about web series, when we talk about small stories and other stuffs like that. A storyline describes how an audience is going to, get inspired or maybe use that in their daily life, day-to-day life.
Yeah.
So I believe it is very much important and it is high time that we stop normalizing this kind of scripts and storylines where women are glorifyingly, you know just kept as a flower pot, like of no use. Like if that pot is removed from the plot or from the house, nothing will change, it's fine, it's there just for the show. We should just, stop doing that.
Hmm.
Now we have so many movies to talk about. Now I think I would love to give you the opportunity
Hmm.
to start talking about the movies, because you
Okay.
have very good, suggestions, I believe.
Okay. So recently I watched a movie. It was
Mm.
called The Girlfriend. It's a Telugu movie. But before I talk about it, let me tell you about another movie because that reminded me of this one. Okay. So you might have seen. I'm not sure if you've seen, but you might have known about this movie called Kabir Singh. It was made. It was made in multiple languages. I think originally it was called Arjun Reddy. I'm not sure from which state it was from, but it was from Mysore, and then they made it in multiple language. So it's about a man who, in his first day of college, falls in love with a girl. How does he fall in love? He his only criteria clearly was she should be a girl, she should be alive. That's it, and if it's beautiful, good. So the actress, the name her name in that is Preeti. She's just a glorified flower pot there. So this guy, he looks at her, falls in love. He decides on the first day that she's gonna be my girlfriend, and then he makes her his girlfriend. And then, up until the interval, she doesn't even speak. For a moment, I thought, is she supposed to be a mute character? She isn't. Okay, even in the movie, they make fun of her. Oh, she can talk. So
Yeah.
that was what it was. Okay, and see, what's the funny thing is they're both doctors, supposed to be doctors in that. Like they're studying for it. But whose career matters more? The guy's career. Okay. He doesn't let her study. And she does not have any other interest other than going to college. He at least plays football. She does nothing. She doesn't speak anything. She's just there. Okay. And when they're supposed to get married, they obviously are not able to because of differences. Families do not agree with it. What does he do? He hits her. Violence is
Mm.
very easily normalized there. Okay. And then what happens? She gets married to someone else by force, while he becomes devdas, where you just drink your problems away, which I believe would have been fine if you keep your problems to yourself. But he
Mm.
doesn't just become a devdas; he makes his problem into everyone else's problem.
Yes.
Okay, and
Yes.
then he cheats. I mean, you wouldn't call it cheating because now they are broken up, but then he
Uh,
is in a relationship with multiple women. Meanwhile,
she
she's married.
explores.
Yeah, he explores because he's hurt. Meanwhile, she's married. Okay, and then towards the end of the movie, they get back together. He says sorry, and then that's it. That is enough. Okay, and then she's
Mm.
like, I didn't even let my sorry, I didn't even let my husband, sorry, husband
It's
touch
fine.
me. That's what she says. Okay, so she keeps
Yeah.
herself pure for him. Meanwhile, he's just exploring because he's heartbroken. Only he has
Mm.
a heart, but she has no heart and she has no personality. So that's what's the movie. And see, I understand that uh, cinema can have. Okay, Masoom, you have raised hand. Go ahead.
Yeah, you can continue. I have a very long point
Okay, okay.
to debate with you,
Okay,
actually.
okay, okay, sure. So, yeah, see, I understand that cinema can have grey characters. I am fine with it. The problem is when you glorify those characters and then when you give them a happy ending. That was the
Mm.
problem with Kabir Singh. So after that, that movie I watched like when it was released 4 5 years ago, whatever.
Yeah,
And
something like that.
and after that, I watched The Girlfriend recently.
Mm.
Uh,
Mm.
it stars Rashmika Mandana, and that felt like it felt like made from the point of view of the girl from Kabir Singh, because here also it's her first day in college. This guy falls in love with her immediately,
Mm.
and then just kisses her and says, "You're my girlfriend," and she
Yeah,
goes,
my God.
but this time she has a personality. Even though she's
Mm.
meek, she has her interests. She's doing literature, masters in literature.
Yeah, yeah.
She's acting as well. She's doing drama and all. and he constantly puts her down. It's very slow, but she still has her own uh, personality, her free will, and eventually, towards the very end, she fights against it. Even then, she doesn't say that you did not you didn't treat me properly, or you didn't think of me as a person. No, she simply says that I do not love you. She doesn't justify it. Okay, why? She just says that I cannot, I feel suffocated, I don't love you, and that ends. And then movies like this, movies like The Girlfriend, are called propaganda movies. Like, this doesn't happen. Meanwhile, Kabir Singh is glorified. It's okay to be on a bike and just smoke and all that. So even in The Girlfriend, okay, here the male character is not a flower pot. He has his own agency. Okay, he
Yeah.
has his personality. He has his life beyond her. So I'm not saying that when you make a male-centric movie, the woman. I'm not. It's like, it's not. I don't have a problem with male-centric movies. It's fine. But if we are also there, women are also there. Give us something more to do, just like in real life. So yeah, and that's what people forget. Like, never in a female-centric movies, you'll see the man being reduced to nothing. He isn't just there to be looked at. He has his own personality. He has his own life. Even if your character is a supporting character, you're only there for few minutes, it still has an effect, which is not the case when it comes to women in a male-centric movie. Okay, Masoom, you
Yeah.
want to talk now, or would you talk later?
You see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
So, yeah. So let's before we dive into movies,
Okay.
let's go into the business of it. I've made points.
Okay.
So there was this question that was asked to Amir Khan,
I know.
ki why male characters are getting paid more than female characters. The very basic answer was, and it's very business oriented, ki you're getting paid for the audience you pull, right?
Hmm.
And giving a very good example, Bajirao Mastani. It had Deepika and Priyanka Chopra, and they both were not flower pots.
Agree, agree.
They both had very significant role. So as you raise, as you like go, in the hierarchy of cinema and the actress, the more popular you become, the more power you have. So what I have seen, like in the previous movies, although actresses had the power, they were flower pots. Like I guess I commented on your LinkedIn as well, KGF.
Hmm.
I did that comment because although it's a very good movie, the it was a debut for the actress, but she was okay. She although she knew it was a flower pot role for her, but it would gain her fame, which she would later, you know, use it for a better purpose. I'll give you one more, and it can be a little controversial, and you can cut it later. But I have seen there's a very good example. औरत ही औरत की दुश्मन होती है. I'll say why
Hmm.
I'm saying this. मारना मत. So there were two movies that released. There was Barfi and there's Kahani. Kahani, and I watched both the movies.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Kahani was led by Vidya Balan. Great story if you have seen it. And Barfi had significant role by Ileana D'Cruz and Priyanka Chopra. But Kahani, okay. So both got nominated for some really good
Hmm.
Filmfare awards, and I think Priyanka won the award, and Vidya said I deserved it.
Hmm.
Although both were really like great in what they did.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm gonna tell is, जब तुम hierarchy में आगे बढ़ते हो in this world of Bollywood, you get more power, you get more status, and you decide what you want to create, and you get to say yes or no. So the business right now in India is, you know, this like Dhurandhar is a very good example. Although we're not understanding why they casted a young actress at first, but when you watch the movie, you get to know why they have casted a young actress for her Bollywood debut.
Hmm.
If you watch the movie, you'll get to know why such a there's an age difference. But the point being is, again, uh, if you produce good movies with good performance, people will in this day and with the OTT era will appreciate it. Like I have watched this movie, Girls Will Be Girls. It's on Prime. You should watch it.
Okay.
It's about it's a new actress. It's about a girl exploring her teenage and intimacy. But it's a really good movie, and it has been rated really well. So yeah, that's my point. Being things are changing. Things are not like that, but directors and producers will create what the audiences want. So if a business, suppose you want a girl-oriented movie, right? So a businesswoman who is a girl, who is a producer, like Ekta Kapoor, is she not producing woman-oriented movies in this era, right? That's my question. Because I've seen more men who are woke, I think, producing such movies.
Okay.
That's my point
Okay.
for now. Like,
Um, okay. Shomali, you raised hand in the middle of his okay,
Yeah.
while he was talking.
Okay.
You wanna?
Yeah. I just want to continue. I mean, it's not a continuation, but it's rather a reply to what Masoom said.
Hmm.
Like, specifically on that part when he said about औरत ही औरत का दुश्मन होता है and मारो मत. So no, nobody's going to beat you here, but this is a very normalized thing and stigmatized thing that औरत ही औरत का दुश्मन होता है part. I'll tell you why.
Hmm.
When Vidya Balan said that she deserved the award rather than the Priyanka Chopra, we know that both the movies were kick-ass. Like the way she acted, Vidya Balan, as a woman who lost everything but did not give up, and Priyanka Chopra, who played the role of an autistic person, she was excellent. Like everybody praised her, and everybody still tries to in the reality shows or in auditions and stuff. People play that part because it was so good. Now, Vidya Balan, I don't think she said it because she did not deserve it, right?
Hmm.
Maybe who judged them, the panel who judged them, they knew that both are deserving equally. Okay, and the decision was made on some parameters. So that thing which came out of Vidya Balan's mouth that she deserved it, rather somebody else took it or snatched it from her. I think that came out of a competitive nature, which is very common between male actors.
Hmm.
And that is very true that very less female directors or actors are making not actors directors or filmmakers are making female centric movies. You know why?
Hmm.
Because we have been the Indian audience have been brainwashed
Hmm.
to watch movies, to not watch movies where women are glorified or their struggles are being shown in a very real raw format. I'll give you one example. English of Sri Devi.
Hmm.
I love that woman, though she is no more, but the impact which she has left on Indian cinemas is like remarkable. I really am a fan of her.
Hmm.
The way she acted in that movie, that movie was not a hit initially.
Hmm.
People were not getting why in such a big screen a story of a housewife is being shown.
Hmm.
But we are forget that a housewife plays a very crucial part in our day-to-day life, right? Now, in the movie when where she started finally taking things in her hand, in her control, that arc was the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
There are many more movies like Queen. Queen also, that movie of Kangna, where she realized that just a broken marriage will not describe her worth. She is more than that. She goes to the honeymoon without a husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, without a husband. And when even she stayed with boys in a hostel room,
Hmm.
which she would have never done, and that was completely fine. She feared it, right? Because what will the society think? And that is the only reason why. Because and also when he Masum said in Dhurandhar, a very young age female actress was cast besides Ranveer Singh. Yeah, in the movie, many are saying that that's because of the real life resemblance or the story plot that earlier it used to happen like this only. Like the wives used to be very young as compared to the husbands. So that makes sense. But the point, yeah, the point where you made that female actresses jumps into to take roles where they're from there where they can get fame and stuff. I don't think that is the thing. Even till date, there was one actor, I don't remember who, maybe Shah Rukh Khan, who suggested that the name of the actress who was part of the movie should come before the name of the actor.
Yeah.
And this thing should be initiated by male perspective only, male figures only, because we are fighting for what? For equality in these kind of places where it should already exist.
Hmm.
This is a very normal thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We're not getting it. We have to fight for it, and that is the reason we have to jump into every opportunity we get, because we don't get the opportunity that easy. That's I think what makes the difference between my thinking and your thinking, Masoom.
Okay. Well said. Masoom, you wanted to talk? You want to add to this?
No, no, I don't want to comment में झगड़ा करेंगे.
It's okay. Tell us, it's
नहीं
okay.
नहीं, it's
You
fine, it's
can
fine.
It's
continue.
okay.
It's
That's what
fine.
what
No, no, I
Masoom,
don't
that's
want
why
to.
we invite you. We need a male perspective.
No, yeah. I mean, see, if you want more female-centric, good-written movies, you should, instead of focusing on the actresses, you should focus on getting better writers, getting better producers,
Mm,
Hmm.
right? So
mm,
you should change how things work. You should change the whole, workflow, change the whole channel. That's my the point I was raising is key. If you want a good movie, get a good crew first. Get
Hmm.
yeah.
good writers, get good businessmen who are businesswomen or man who are supporting the movie,
Mm,
irrespective of the cast. So yeah, that's my point. I totally understand what Shumali is saying,
mm,
and I totally get it. And I do agree that on Duranda, even though she was young, she was used as a flower pot. She did nothing more than
yeah.
this bait. Yeah,
Okay.
True.
I do agree with it. My point being is change the instead of like saying कि brain wash तो सभी हुए हैं वो तो है but we have to reverse engineer everything, so start from the very beginning instead of
Mm,
starting from the very end. That's my
Okay.
point.
Got it.
yeah.
Masoom, at some point, I'm going to touch on something that you said earlier. You said you were talking about that Amir Khan video where women are paid less and men are paid more because the audiences are brought to the cinema because of men only. Okay, so that's why men are paid more and the stories are written from their perspective.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if you've heard of Madhuri Dixit and Sridevi. They were considered to be superstars of their time. Movies were written around them. They had not just an equal role, at times they were paid more and their roles were more important than the male characters. Okay.
that's that is my point. Like if you're
Listen,
attracting the audience,
let me
okay.
complete. So they carried that power and they were paid more. But the problem is that newer actresses, they are not allowed to get those kind of roles where we can understand that yes, they themselves are a star power by themselves. Okay, like I mean, not right now. Now Sridevi and Madhuri right now they are not like they don't bring in that much money, but during their heydays uh, they had the opportunity. We saw them acting, we saw how good they were because they were given those opportunities in the first place, so they kept getting more and more opportunities.
Mm,
Whereas female actresses nowadays are not allowed the chance to prove that they can carry a movie all by themselves, and that's why they are paid less. And when they are paid less, their characters simply becomes an eye candy. I'll give you an example of Tripti Dimri from Animal.
uh, yes.
She is such a good actress. Okay, she
Yes.
has done so many good movies before that, very
Mm,
well written movies. Did she? But she wasn't. She didn't get recognition for that. And what gave her recognition? Animal, where she has where her acting
yeah.
is not the main thing. It
Mm,
is her being completely and utterly sexualized. That's what
yes.
sold. Now you tell me, who is watching those kind of movies? Women. I mean, straight women are not watching. That much I can say. Who is getting
I
who's getting
I
fun
think
out of
not
it?
even queer women is also,
Yeah,
will prefer such kind of
yeah,
roles.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're not gonna give us the chance, how would you know that we make good movies? That we
Mm,
and see again, like I said, we do not have issues with male leads. Okay, okay, even okay. Let's take an example. Since you talked about Dhurandhar, let me talk about Razi. Okay, starring Alia Bhatt. She is supposed to
mm,
be the main character. Okay, it's a female-centric movie when you think about that. But her husband who's played by Vicky Kaushal. Okay, is he a male eye candy? Is he a male flower pot? Is he sexualized? No. He is the secondary character, but he has his own agency. He plays a part, complete part in that movie. So why can't women play the same part? And then again, Shumali, I think you talked about Shah Rukh Khan here. Okay,
mm,
he says that we'll put the name of the woman before that, and so So what? And how's that gonna help her if you're not gonna give them good opportunities? I'll give you his example only. Let me continue with that. Um, uh, uh, this what Pathan, I think. Yeah, that was his movie that came, right? Obviously Deepika's name is at the forefront, but what does she do there? She is a eye candy there. She's not a flower pot, she's an eye candy. And eye candy is a sexualized version of a flower pot. She has a role to play, but she's completely sexualized for no reason. Men aren't sexualized like that, okay? And then
Yeah,
what's bad is when women are sexualized, it's like, it's just another day. But when men are
yeah,
sexualized, oh, they take so much offense. I'll give you a real life example of Ranveer Singh. He did a nude photo shoot, okay, and it was very tastefully done, actually, very tastefully done.
yes,
And everyone had an issue, and who had a more issue with it? Men. Like, oh, why is he
men.
doing all that? Meanwhile, women, they're like, okay, this is good, this is nice, but again, we are not going to put it on our stories and come and thirst, show our thirst, okay? We are very
Mm,
tasteful that way. So why is that? That's what I'm talking about. That's the problem here. Okay,
yeah.
Masoom.
I mean, if you have to say something, you
Yeah,
can continue.
yeah, nothing.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I understand. I completely agree with that part where you said like just putting in the name in front of the actor's name will change literally nothing.
Hmm.
Just as you said, you know, and also I agree with Masu in one point
Hmm.
that now no movie is bad until and unless it is written in a poorly manner. No character is a bad character, only it's written poorly.
Hmm.
So that thinking used to be changed, right? When Animal came to the movie theaters and the big screen, when people started questioning like, what the fuck are you guys showing in the theater?
Hmm.
Like, what is this exactly? What is this movie supposed to mean? Like revenge? And then you're cheating on your wife? You just gotten into a surgery kind of thing, and you are going cheat on your wife with
Hmm.
some other person. What was the plot behind that? But people were like, wow, yeah, it's so good, it's so great, there's so
Hmm.
much violence, Bollywood needs this kind of movies. I mean, why? And then when there are movies like Mrs. Have you watched
I've
Mrs.?
actually watched the original version, The Great Indian Kitchen. It's a Malayalam movie
Okay.
that I've watched.
Yeah, yeah. So we know the plot, right?
Yeah.
When Mrs. came into action, and it was like it got good fame and stuff. Okay, everybody kept talking about it in a good manner, but still people had problem from it.
Hmm.
People started comparing this movie,
With
this
Anand.
series.
Yeah.
No,
No,
no, no, no. With Air Hostess. I'll tell you why.
I haven't
Okay,
watched. I haven't watched that
you
Kiran. Yeah.
okay, then let me elaborate on it.
Yeah.
There were certain section of men on the internet, especially men on the internet, who kept on repeating this kind of memes, who kept on writing this kind of things against the movie, like women have so much problem serving their in-laws, but they are okay to serve in the airlines as an air hostess.
Okay.
What sense? I mean, make it make sense.
Hmm.
There is no sense to it, right? We are willing to work in our own space. We are willing to work in our own place, our in-laws place, whatever it is, but the respect should be there. When an air hostess is working in an airlines to serve the customers, it's a part of her duty, it's a part of her job where she's earning money and also respect. Now in the earning money part also, men were like, so you want money for doing household chores.
Hmm.
Like, there is certain problem with men. Like, no matter how logical thing you try to explain it to them, they will find somewhat of the other illogical and completely bullshit logic according to them, and just throw it to your face, like
True.
you just take it.
True.
This problem just exists.
Hmm. Uh,
Yeah.
okay. Well said. Shumali, at some point, I think you said that when Masoom was saying that why aren't people watching female-centric movies, it's their problem. And you said that the public is brainwashed into liking male-centric movies. That is, see, it's not just brainwashing. I'll say there is no other option. Okay. See,
Mm,
me personally, I seek out good movies, good TV shows where the female character is written properly. But sometimes there's nothing to watch. Okay. And sometimes on the TV, it's easy to see things on the TV, right? Because you do not select what you want to watch, unlike OTT. It's already running. And sometimes you're bored,
mm,
you see that, and then you end up watching it. Okay,
Mm,
so if you're not
mm,
gonna give them good movies to watch, good TV shows to watch, obviously we are gonna end up watching whatever you are showing us. And
exactly.
just like art imitates life, okay, like art is inspired by life, life also imitates art. When you make movies like this, you glorify things like this. I mean,
Mm,
I'll give you an example of Shah Rukh only. Okay, in his movies, when I mean, he's my favorite actor. Let that be known. But I know how problematic his characters can be at times.
uh,
So he's supposed to be the romantic he's supposed to be the poster boy of this
king.
romantic hero, which he is. Okay,
Yeah.
at least his characters cry on screen, which I
Mm,
haven't seen other male characters crying. So his characters are written really well. But even then, what does he glorify? That, oh, if the woman says no, it's not real, it's not no. Okay, in the no of a woman lies her yes. That's what it's saying.
yeah.
Yeah. And then he keeps on stalking and stalking and stalking. She says no, and he's just, pestering her, and eventually he has her. Okay, and that's
Yeah.
what gets glorified. Recently we watched this movie called Dil Se. It was released in the 90s, but I watched it recently when it was re-released. I'll say at least there the female character was very well written. She had her agency, everything was amazing. Okay, the
Mm,
only problem is where he falls in love. Why? Because she's a woman, she's alive. At least not till the end. Till the end of the movie, she's alive and she's beautiful. Okay, uh, and then uh, he just loves her for the sole reason that she is a woman. And then she's not giving him attention, and he's like, you woman, you're always like this, you just want attention, and all that. And I'm like, oh my god, what is happening? I've never seen him being an outright creep like that. Like, he has been a
yeah.
villain in many movies, that is fine. But when he is a romantic hero, I've never seen things like where it was that apparent that he is not like so badly
Mm,
written when it comes to love and all. And I was like,
mm,
why? And that's what happens. I mean, maybe not now, but when I was younger, I've heard stories from my friends and my personal stories as well. Men would just, approach you. You say no,
mm,
and they keep approaching you. When you're younger, this happens more because, well, you do not have power. Okay,
mm,
you're not as confident. And
yeah.
where does that come from? Movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, movies, they do affect the society. So
Mm,
if you're gonna give good movies, we'll watch, right?
yeah.
You do not give us
See,
any other option to watch.
yeah. Like just as you said, when yeah, Masoom, you want to
Do you
speak.
want to
Yeah,
speak?
continue.
But I also feel that's another random point I thought of. Actresses in Indian cinema are very hypocritical. They are very hypocrites. The same girl you're talking about, the same actress, the girlfriend actress, Rashmika,
Hmm.
has acted in
Anna.
Animal, right? So it's all because of the money,
Is it
right?
is it her fault and not the fault of the director who directs such movies? I mean,
Wasn't she given the
she
script
also has to earn
beforehand?
money, right? Okay.
Ah, that's the point. That's what I'm saying. Too. That's my point is Deepika and Priyanka are the best examples right now. That's why
Okay.
I'm going back and forth. Like, okay.
Okay. Gautam has raised hand. Okay. Go ahead.
See, an actor's job is to act. Maybe the script is bad. Maybe some script glorifies women. Some script glory puts them down. You know, an actor can choose to act in however different roles, different themes. They are acting. See, that has nothing to do with their personality. Even if an actor chooses to act only in, for the lack of better word, dirty movies. See, that is different. That is a professional decision. An actor is an actor only when they do variety of roles, good, bad, ugly roles. See, that is what showcases the talent, of the profession. So I think we should not bring that into the equation here. In my view, this entire any industry in that manner, it was male dominated for a long time. The question here is, even the movies before 80s, right? I think they were very progressive compared to TVs, movies. In the 80s were very progressive. Only when they became mass market products, you know, the justification, this is what the market wants. I think it is just a cock out, just to simply escape the responsibility, just to not take a risk. Mostly it became purely business rather than art. So purely business is going to serve the lowest common denominator. Only true artists do really push the envelope,
True.
to a good extent.
Mm.
So, yes, again, I am not trying to find fault with anybody, neither the actors, actresses, directors, or whoever it is. See, there will be always, simple business decisions, some plots that works. Why certain heroes are always paid more? Because there is an inherent belief, that they pull in the crowd, so they get paid more. So it kind of becomes a loop. The question here is why the envelope never pushed, why it never changed, and essentially it went backwards from the early, before 80s scripts, where women had very strong roles. They might not have had a very strong social presence, due to the patriarchy and stuff, right? Women did not really have a very strong social presence or social these things, but that didn't shy away men, even men, directors or writers, script writers, to take bold ideas, to really push the envelope. So after the 80s, when mass market became this thing, I think it was simply, termed as a business decision. You know, people stopped being artists and then started being businessmen. And then business will always serve the lowest common denominator. Business is never going to think in terms of, is this going to be artistically better? So the question here is, how do we get out of that? We all know, it's like, me know, we all understand this thing. Women are not given enough roles. I do not want to find fault with actors, and their decisions to act in certain roles, because at some point in time, even they do consider it to be a business. And again, people try different acting roles wherever it works. I think every single actor has tried out a different role if it is given to them. I think very rarely, maybe somebody would have said, this doesn't make enough money. For most actors, that chance to showcase their skills is a godsend. I think they do not simply discount it just because it is not making enough money or people might not like it. I think the what I'm trying to say is, fundamentally everything has become lowest common denominator. Blame it on the audience. This is what the audience likes. I think we never tried. Have you tried 10 different movies with 10 different themes and then say audience are not ready? What are the number of experimentation films, different themes and topics that have recently been attempted? I think it's just simply a way of escaping, saying, if you ask a director a tough question, why are you not making, women-centric movies? Why the heroine was not given a prominent role? In an easy way to escape the question, no audience demanded it. But I think the underlying thing is people are lazy. People do not want to take a risk. People do not want to try out anything new. People want to, protect their pocket. Is what I would say.
Agreed.
Yeah, it obviously translates to, people, young people when they're growing up, what they see in movies, and then for them that looks real. For them that looks like a winning formula, right? Chasing girls till they say yes. Yeah, unfortunately, it is creating a problem at the other way as well. Yeah.
Okay. Very, very well said. I agree with it. One point where you said that we should not blame actors for this. It's because they have to earn money, they have to showcase their skills and all. But I will blame the director a little bit, I'll say, because a movie takes a lot of years to actually get made. Okay, there are multiple people who are involved. Even you do not know how it's gonna turn out till you watch it in the big screen. Like, even if you're part of the movie, you will not know that. The only person who has a bigger vision of it is the director, obviously. So the fault is with the writing. I wouldn't say the fault is with the actors or actresses. I do not blame them, and specifically the newer actors and actresses. I mean, that's, they have to work, right? I mean, the reason why Tripti, she worked in Animal is because now she's getting recognition, and now people are watching her older movies because of that. So she had to do that bold scene in that movie. So I don't blame actors and actresses, but the directors, they need to understand that yes, they are the one who serve us. And if you're gonna give, if shit is the only option, okay, to eat, obviously we are gonna eat if we are starving. That is the problem. You're not giving us good things. It is their duty to give us more. And
Yeah.
another thing he said was that it's pure business. You serve to the lowest common denominator. Uh, there's another perspective of this, I'll say. Like, we were talking about Indian cinemas. Then there are Indian TV shows. Okay, they are mainly
Mm.
catered to women. Okay, Gautam and Masoom, you guys have raised hands. Do you want to talk now?
Yeah, I would like to add one thing.
Hmm.
If you said, I think when you say this, if you're giving, getting shit to eat, you will eat it. This was, made sense in the 90s. We in a time right now are living in a decentralized content creation system where you can create content about women. Shomali can create content about women. Anyone can create content about women, but people not doing it. I'm not. Maybe I'm just going off the track. But the point being said is, he women or the men people are not creating women centric content. Still, that's my see. You can create your own content, right? You can influence other people. So yeah.
Okay. Okay, this might, okay, I'm gonna give you an analogy. This
This
might seem a bit weird in this context. When you
hmm.
say that if you have an issue with it, why don't you make content? You're saying that to women. It's like, like you're asking minorities to say, oh, you don't have rights. Why don't you give yourself the rights? I mean, who gives us the right? The majority. It's the majoritarian public that gives the right to minorities. Okay. So saying that, oh, why don't you do something? I mean, we will fight. Obviously, we'll fight for our rights. But who's gonna give us the right? You people. I mean, you. I mean, the people in the majority.
Yeah,
So here,
I'm a minority.
in case of movies, also, you're saying, oh, why don't you women write on your own? We
Mm.
can. But the majority here is the males, the men. And if you're serving us something, can you not at least treat us as a human being in the movies? Show us some
Right.
personalities. Even when we write, I mean, not me, and when I say we, generalize, not me. Even when
Yeah.
some women, Meghna Gulzar, okay, she makes women centric movies. She's a good director. What does she do? Do you think when she makes a women centric movies, she forgets about the men completely? I mean, if it was up to her, she'll completely butcher their character. She doesn't do that. She still gives them an agency. She still makes them a part of the thing. So, what's stopping men from doing that? We are not asking that stop making male centric movies. Obviously, anyone who's, see, we create from our own lives, okay? We get inspiration from our own lives, so we write about it. So, I get it. Male directors are gonna direct about male characters. Male writers are gonna write about male characters. Fine. But have you not seen a woman in your life ever the way you write us? I mean, women don't have a problem with that. I never seen a problem with women directors, women writers writing male characters. So that is the problem here.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, do you want to add something? Because I do have something more to
No, no,
continue
I
here.
don't. No, no, I agree with that.
Okay.
That's a
So
really good.
I was talking about something. You stopped me there. I was talking about like we are talking about Indian cinema. Okay, and we are talking about Indian cinema. The Gautam, you have raised hands. Do you want to talk now, or was this from before? Okay, okay. So the other part of it is the TV shows. Okay, they are
Mm.
supposed to cater to women, obviously, not just women, housewives, because they air during afternoon hours. So obviously, a person who's working, they're not watching it. They're mainly catered to housewives. Who writes them? Men again.
Men.
And even then, you're writing about women, and what do you show? Patriarchy, discrimination. Like, even when you cater to us, you're serving us shit. And Masoom, please do not talk about Ekta Kapoor. That woman has single-handedly ruined Indian television shows. Okay, I'm old enough to remember the good shows from the 90s, so progressive, so amazing, and she made it all into this daughter-in-law and mother-in-law issue. Everything is just that. Okay, completely ruined it. And now even more shit is coming, which now it kind of makes me feel okay. At least Ekta Kapoor did something good, because the shit that I am seeing on TV is even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I have something to add about the serials here. Like I when I was growing up, we had a TV at home. Okay. Now we don't have one because we have shifted to mobile phone. Like obviously we can watch anything on our phone, which we used to watch on our TV. So I remember watching this serial. I know we're talking about movies, but I want to talk about it. Saath Nibhana Sathiya.
Oh my god. Yeah. No.
Gopi Babu.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, I know. Everyone
She,
knows about it.
she literally washed a
Laptop
laptop.
with
And
water.
that's how she was portrayed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Because she is somebody who is not that much educated. She comes from a background where she did not get much access to education or the real life, blah, blah, blah. But don't you think a very basic human will know that a laptop is not supposed to be washed under the sink with a kitchen, dish soap? That's how women are portrayed in serials. That is completely bullshit. And I hate watching serials. I have stopped watching them. And I want to go back to again Shah Rukh Khan's movie, which was Dar and Bazigar. Have you watched those
Yeah.
movies? Dar, yeah. Okay.
Basically, yes, there, no.
Okay. So basically, both the movies revolve around a woman saying no to the men and the men glorifying cheating, not cheating, stalking, and harassing her by sending threats, emails, and stuff. And that was glorified. The character was so well loved.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry to
Yeah.
interrupt.
In Dar.
Sorry to interrupt,
Dar.
but he's supposed to be the bad character in that, and he gets a bad
Yeah.
ending, dies in both of them.
No, no, what I'm saying, audience loved the character because the way the bad thing was also portrayed in the movie. That's what I'm saying. And a lot of our real life experiences, like the way men approach younger girls when we are young, men approached us, right? I mean, boys approached us
Men
for
also
love.
approaches. Men also approaches. I've seen
Yeah,
actually older men
yes.
approach more. Yeah.
Yeah, mainly the older men. Well, they what for asking for a date, relationships, and bullshit like that. I mean, just look at the age difference. You know how it is getting normalized because of the movies. These things are glorified and normalized in the movies in certain manner that it is okay to approach a woman, and even if she says no, just like you said, there is a yes hidden in the no. There's a yes hidden in them. I mean, what bullshit is that? But remember in the movie, I completely forgot what was the name, where Amitabh Bachchan was the lawyer and the
Pink.
girls went to a party. No, that
Pink.
was not
Pink.
Pink. That
Yeah.
was Pink. Yeah, that was Pink. Yes. My God, I just loved that scene. The girls literally went to a party where the boys invited them, right? And they got drunk. The women said no to certain kind of activities, which the boys did not like. But they were very clear about their no, that they don't want to get involved further. And in the court scene where Amitabh Bachchan, described that part, a no means a no.
Hmm.
Even people started making fun out of it.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like women are so indecisive. Sometimes they say no, sometimes they say no, but they mean to say yes. This thing should stop. When a cinema is trying to give you a clear message, as an audience, it is your duty not to strangle the main purpose of the message and deliver it in your own perspective. That should be stopped as well.
Okay.
I think.
Agreed. Agreed.
Yeah.
Um, I want to talk about a trope. Like we already talked
What?
about a trope in movies.
Okay.
We have already
Okay.
talked about flower pot and eye candies. Okay, where they're just there to look good and to be romanced by the hero. Okay, there's an evolution of this. It's called a manic pixie dream girl. Okay. Uh, okay. In this, a woman is written to have a personality. She has her own quirks, but her sole purpose is for the hero to realize things in life. Okay. She inspires him. She helps him. Her entire life is still revolves around his life. So that's what mm, directors do now. They're like, oh, you don't like flower pot, you don't like this eye
I get
candies,
this.
we'll give you manic pixie dream girl. She's gonna have a personality, but then again it's all gonna disguised as an something that is meant for the evolution of the male character only. So that is not what we want. Again, there all the three tropes I told you. Okay, this manic pixie dream girl, flower pot, eye candy. there is no male equivalent of that. Even when women direct movies, even when women write about write things, there is no
Hmm.
equivalence of that.
Yeah.
So if we can do it, why can't you? How
Hmm.
hard it is.
How hard it is, exactly, how hard it is. I mean, just like you mentioned about this thing, in the Queen movie,
Hmm.
when Kangna realized that the wedding has been called off and stuff, but still she has paid for the honeymoon tickets, so she eventually goes there, right? But throughout the movie, it was only shown and it was focused on how a woman can still enjoy her life, her so-called honeymoon without a husband. It was not in the movie, and not in a single part the husband or the male character who was playing the role of her husband
Hmm.
was portrayed as something else.
Hmm.
But it was only focusing on how he how Pangna enjoyed throughout the movie as a woman who just who just newly found her freedom, and she escaped something she even did not knew that she had to escape. So that is not hard to make. If we see like movies like Queen, English, they're like real examples. Like
Hmm.
if you want to focus on making movies where the male character is the hero, just do that.
Hmm.
Don't use females as a prop to
Hmm.
enhance your audience views and rates.
Hmm.
And that is complete. That should be stopped. That is not something people should continue. I mean, directors should continue.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Um, this is a bit off track, I'll say, but I've often seen that women they say that I'm not like other women. Okay, and then what? How do you continue that sentence? I'm not like other women. I have personality. I love things in life. I talk. I'm funny. This and that. Why do they say I'm not like other women? Because all their perspective about that woman comes from cinema, from TV shows. And what do they see? A woman with zero personality, zero agency. Of course, you're gonna say things like that. So, uh, that's why it is a responsibility
Yeah.
of the directors and all that to showcase good stories. It's not that hard. It's
Mm.
really not that hard.
Yeah. And if you want to bring change in the society, the kind of audience you want to put in an impact, then also sometimes maybe listen to the voice of the minorities
Hmm.
who really want to see a different kind of a taste in the movie, who really want to enjoy a movie where they are not being portrayed as a flower pot and eye candy and whatnot. Especially just in Dhurandhar, people commented something like there was not a single sexual scene in there. Like, bro, that was supposed to be like that.
Yeah, and
The
that's the
movie
bare
was
minimum.
supposed to. Yeah, that's the bare minimum. Exactly. Like, what are you expecting? This movie revolves around something patriotism or something like that. Okay. And you are expecting a sexual scene in the movie.
Hmm.
So, as an audience, don't you think you failed?
Yeah.
Right. So even this message is clearly for those people, those audience who goes to a movie hall just to see female characters dancing on item songs, on short clothes, and whatnot. Everything which demeans a woman.
Yeah, I mean, the default is so bad. Like the sexualization of women is the default. Is that
Mm.
when you don't see it, the is when it's just the bare minimum, you celebrate that.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't show that. I mean, the
Yeah.
bare minimum. That is the bare minimum.
Exactly. And also, do you remember? This is a very funny movie. Actually, it was labeled as a funny movie. Baby number one.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah.
Govinda was the hero, right?
No, Salman Khan, I think. Salman, Karishma, and Shushmita.
Yeah. So we know the plot.
Yeah, yeah. One.
Two heroine, one man, and he was cheating.
Yeah.
And it was a comedy movie,
Hmm.
not a cheating movie, right? So see, we did not question this kind of movies while growing up because we did not understand. But we are now are grown up, right?
Yeah.
And with growing up, we can unlearn a lot of things.
Yeah.
We have to keep that mindset also, that whatever we have seen while growing up or whatever we are seeing now, that is fine. It's up to us what we are going to consume, how we are going to act from it.
Yeah.
We should not glorify these things.
Those kind of movies where there's one man and two women, polygamy, okay,
Hmm.
they've been made multiple times, at least in Indian cinema, like in Bollywood,
Yeah.
I'll say, because I haven't watched other movies. Like
Uh,
Govinda, he has done this twice actually, Sandwich and some other
yes.
movie, I don't remember. One
Yeah.
man married with two women, okay,
Hmm.
and that has always been a comedy movie. Like how
Hmm.
one woman is, I
Yes.
mean, both women are suffering. I mean, the woman who knows
Yeah.
who's getting cheated upon suffers more because she knows. So
Yeah.
how can you treat that kind of a movie as a comedy movie? And that has always
Hmm.
been the case. Every movie that had polygamy as its core
Hmm.
message was a funny movie.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
and people
Yeah.
did not have any issue with that. And you know how it would usually end? Okay, it's so sad, but it would end with him being with both these women.
Hmm.
Always, always. And I think Govinda
Hmm.
has to be blamed for this, because I can name at least three movies where he had the same issue. He marries
Yeah.
two women in three movies across decades. Like, that is his
Yeah.
filmography. Okay, and then the opposite of that, when a woman has two partners, oh, now that's a big news. That is supposed
Hmm.
to be a crime movie. That is
Yeah.
supposed to be that. I think
Yes.
Tripti again, she did another movie with Vicky Kaushal and who was it? Amy Work, I think that's his name.
Okay.
Forgive me if I don't remember the name, but that is supposed to be a comedy movie where she's with two men, doesn't know
Hmm.
who's the father of a child. That
Hmm.
was the first time I saw a polyandry being portrayed as a comedy thing. Okay, it's not any different than what Govinda used to do, and you
Hmm.
can imagine the reaction it got from public. They're like, "Hamari Sanskriti, our
Yeah.
culture." I mean, if this is bad, so was Govinda's filmography, right? They
Yeah.
did not see any issue with it because things are so normalized that
Hmm.
you don't see it. People keep saying that we show what people want to watch. Okay, again, off topic. Okay, when it comes to our rights in life, okay, I mean,
Hmm.
if you say, they'll know what they want, they'll ask for it.
Hmm.
So, I mean, people were asking for sati, okay, during that time. They were asking for child marriage. But are you gonna give it to them, like our freedom fighters, revolutionaries? Were they like, oh, that's what the majority of the India wants? But they fought against it, right? They were obviously on the minority side of this, where the revolutionaries were less in number and the majority of the public wanted bad things. So what do?
Hmm.
Do you wait for them to get better on their own? No. Sometimes you have to tell them what's wrong and you have to fight for it. It's the same thing with uh, movies, cinema, media.
Series.
Yeah,
Yeah.
is that you
Or
don't wait for people to ask you, make good movies, show us equality, show us well written female characters. No, sometimes you have to do that so that they see it and it just slaps them in the face.
yeah.
Okay, because when it comes to like I said, that polygamy, and wherever men are doing toxic alpha male thing, it doesn't even register because it
Yeah.
is that normalized. That's why
Hmm.
when make the opposite of that, give women more agency, obviously you're gonna get some friction, okay, from I'm not getting the exact word. uh, you're gonna get whatever. Okay, so you're gonna get friction. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's okay. Stay there. Okay, eventually, the society will also know what they want, but don't wait for society to get better. That has never worked. Okay, so yeah.
True. Yes, that is true. And I mean, are we going to end the talk right now, or are we going to continue? Because I
Okay,
really want to keep the best thing for the last part.
okay. I do have. I knew I had something in my mind to end it, but do you want to say it?
Okay,
Okay,
then
because
you can.
mine is a very small line to end it.
Say
Yeah.
both of it. That's all.
Okay, so mine would be. I don't think mine's gonna take long. So Shumali, you say it, then I'll say it.
Yeah, sure. So I was just going to give example, like you just said, no, like we have to take control in our hands sometimes. There are some good directors who try to do that. There are certain movies where they try to portray women as the only strong female character. I mean, only strong character, not female, male, no, nothing like that. But still it fails. It flops. Initially, it flops, but when the same thing is released over OTTs, especially in Netflix or platforms like that, it gets a lot of praisings and stuff.
Hmm.
Why that happens, I'll tell you. During the same time, there are more directors who intentionally will launch some movies which will feature heroes like
Hmm.
superstars, superheroes, and that will be an action movie, a male dominated movie where they will talk about, where they'll show how the hero is, helping the world to grow, survive, this, that, blah, blah, blah. And that clash between those movies, what happens? The movie where the director was actually trying to pass on a message to the society
Hmm.
by showing a strong female lead, strong female character, that just flops.
Hmm.
For example, if you remember, I don't remember the year, but Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Hmm. Hmm. That was two
Remember
years
that?
ago. That was 2 years ago.
Yes, 2 years, yeah. Both the movies were launched on the same date, I think, right?
Hmm.
Barbie did good. It did good. It did not flop. I will not call it as a flop movie, but it got a lot of hate, especially from men. Because why are you going to watch it? It's a girl's movie, it's a child's play, something like that, which was not true at all. Even when I asked my friends, like, let's go and watch the movie, they were like, are we kids? Are we supposed to watch movies, Barbie movies in a theater like this? Let's go and watch Oppenheimer, this, that. I'm like, bro, you are forgetting. It is trying to give a message. It is trying to pass a message to the society, like how women are, sexualized, and they are looked as just toys, or somebody who just dresses pretty, has no problems in their life, always smiles and stuff. The last message in the scene of the Barbie is really, really good. It
Hmm.
is really giving me goosebumps right now. I don't want to spoil it for people who have not watched it, but please just watch it.
Hmm.
It's very good. It's really good. So that's what I want to say. As an audience, also we have our own responsibility
Hmm.
to promote these movies from our own end as well.
Yeah. By the way, these both movies, like they were released at the same time and they were marketed as such, Barbenheimer. Uh,
Mhm.
Barbie actually earned more than Oppenheimer worldwide. Okay. Where it earned less, where it was
Yeah.
watched less. Take a wild guess. Which country? Which country?
India?
Yes.
Oh my God, I was not expecting.
Yeah. So yeah, that is the thing. Okay, so that, I mean, you, whatever you said was amazing. I think I should end it right now, but no, I want to add one more
Yeah,
line
yeah,
to it.
please. Yeah.
Okay. So whatever we were talking about, that that the flower pot of like woman being flower pot is the problem of Indian cinema. So what is the solution? Okay. So
Mm.
I'll tell you. Have you watched Game of Thrones?
Yeah, not mostly, but yeah,
Okay,
some part
so
of
it
it.
was
Yeah.
written by, it was based on a book, and
Mhm.
that was written by George R. R. Martin, a man of, okay,
Yeah.
and once he was asked a question that your female characters are really amazing the way you write them. How do you do that? Uh, he just said one name. Oh, it's nothing. I just think of them as people.
Oh, damn.
It's that simple. That is the solution to the problem.
God damn,
Yeah.
Prachi. Yeah. True. Nice.
Okay then. So with that, we'll be ending this talk. Thank you everyone who joined us today. I understand that holidays are going on. It's gonna be a long weekend, and yet some of you guys joined us. We are very glad. Thank you so much. And every Wednesday we do this, so join us. We'll be posting about this, and this video would be posted next Friday. Okay, so do look out for it, and follow us everywhere, wherever you find us, be it YouTube or Instagram or Reddit. I don't know where you are watching this. Okay, eventually what I want you guys to do is to go to 2x.in and just come there, make an account, find like-minded women, find topics like this, whatever we are talking about, and and you'll enjoy it, you'll love it. Okay, so yeah, and happy holidays to everyone who will be watching this, even though by the time this gets posted the holidays would be over. So happy holidays, and a happy new year as well. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.